Hey guys, this is the Disney Dude, and this is the Weekly Disney. So today we have some really great news, some sad news, some good news, and just overall news on parks, movies, and all developments happening within the Disney company. So let's start with the news. As of yesterday, September 17th, 2018, the Walt Disney announced on their Disney Parks blog that Illuminations Reflections of Earth will be closing late summer 2019. Now, this may be sad to some people. This may be exciting for some people because a lot of people think that it's really outdated, and I'm one of those people. But it's also really sad too because that show was commemorating the new millennium of 2000, and it's going to the wayside next year. But this is the official statement Disney made on their Disney Parks blog. So here we go. After nearly 20 years of delighting Epcot guests through music, fireworks, fire torches, and more, we wanted to let you know that Illuminations Reflections of Earth will be ending in the second half of next year. The Disney Parks live entertainment team is already busy creating new thrills to debut immediately following the conclusions of Illuminations. Immediately following, we don't know what that means, but I personally think that means the day after. They might just close the show, and then the day after it's just oh hey guys, this is new. They might have everything ready to go and just ready after Illuminations ends. They'll probably take up the whole night to finish things up, and then it'll probably debut the next day. Now, we aren't 100% sure about that, but that's my suspicion, because when Wishes, the old Magic Kingdom fireworks spectacular closed, it only took maybe 1 or 2 days to set up Happily Ever After, which is currently the nighttime spectacular happening at the Magic Kingdom. So who knows what this means? Immediately following probably means the day after, but it'll probably take a couple of days, maybe even the next day, to just finish things up and have it ready for the people. Now moving on, Illuminations Reflections of Earth, which is currently planned to run to the end of summer 2019, has entertained millions of guests gathered around the World Showcase Lagoon, sharing the light and a story since it debuted in October 1999 as part of the Walt Disney World Millennium Celebration. During the coming year, we will be celebrating this classic show, so you have plenty of time to experience it again and again as excitement builds for what's next. Now, what they were talking about when the new millennium was this debuted in 1999, along with another millennium show. I think it was called the Tapestries of Nations Parade, and it kind of debuted along the side of that, but sadly the Tapestry of Nations Parade closed just a few years after the new millennium because it was very, very much geared towards the new millennium. It just got really outdated really fast, and so that went by the wayside way too early. I never personally got to experience it, but I did get to experience Illuminations a lot in the past, I don't know, few years. It's very popular among guests, and let's hope that the new show that comes to Epcot I personally hope that it's water projections, fireworks, and maybe a parade. Some people speculate that there will be a parade alongside this because of wiring, filing permit, filing permits and new wiring that's been laid down. So some people think that it might be a parade that goes alongside this, and I personally would be excited for that too. So moving on, as regular readers know, the readers of the Disney Parks blog know, we've got big plans for our multi-year transformation of Epcot with new experiences that will wow guests while keeping true to the original vision of the park, and the all-new nighttime fireworks spectacular coming to Epcot's World Showcase Lagoon will be a part of this park's exciting evolution. So, with that, yes, Epcot has a big, massive project up ahead. There are so many new attractions coming in, a whole big Future World layout change, and it's going to be a really big overhaul. And moving on, the new show joins several previously announced experiences coming to Epcot, including the highly anticipated Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster attraction, a Ratatouille-inspired attraction in World Showcase, a new table service restaurant adjacent to Mission Space, and much more. Now, that is it from the Disney Parks blog announcement, but I assume we'll get more details as 2018 comes to a close and 2019 comes in, and they're really starting to get ready for this new show. But as they said, Ratatouille, Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, it's all part of this big transformation of Epcot, because Epcot opened in the 1980s, and it hadn't been updated much since, so it was really outdated. It was getting this big 80s feel in the 21st century, and people didn't want that, so they are having this big transformation coming, and it's going to be really exciting. Tell me what you think in the comments about this news, and tell me if you're sad to see it go, whether you're glad to see it go, or whether you like it but you know it's time to go. Because I personally think I love Illumination's Reflections of Earth, but the problem is it's really outdated and it's geared to the new millennium, like the old parade Tapestry of Nations, that was very much geared to the new millennium. So it went to the wayside way too quickly. I didn't get to experience it, but a lot of other people did. And now on to more news. This is a very, very big, heavy news week, because as of like maybe 2 days ago, the Universe of Energy, the old Universe of Energy building, is now gutted. It's completely gutted, and you can see through it. If you go up to the old Universe of Energy, where the walls are, telling you that Guardians of the Galaxy is coming, you'll see right through the Universe of Energy, and it's pretty clear to see. They aren't hiding it much. Not even the walls can hide it. It's very obvious, and you can see right through it. It's really kind of weird, because Disney doesn't usually let you see the inside of stuff. Now, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge over in Hollywood Studios is an exception, because it's really hard to hide all those spires and stuff. That's an exception for Disney, but on the ground, and very clearly visible, you can see the Universe of Energy has been gutted to prepare for the new insides that will be going into the Universe of Energy, which will turn into the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. Not much more than that. There's not many details on this attraction. We just know that it'll be a roller coaster and themed to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is really exciting. I have covered it in previous videos, so yeah, not many details to cover yet. But there will still be details coming in into the future. And now on to our next piece of news. The rivers of America have now been refilled over at the Magic Kingdom, and work is finishing up there. Now, for the past few weeks, not an extensive period of time, but it's still like kind of weird to see when you're at the Magic Kingdom, the rivers of America is just drained. And it kind of breaks the magic too, because when they drain it, I'm sorry if you didn't want this to happen, but the Liberty Bell boat is on a track. I'm really sorry for all those people who thought that it was an actual boat going, which it is an actual boat, but it's on a track. I'm very sorry. If you're crying, don't worry. It's now been refilled. The magic is back. It relives. But yeah, the track work, they drained the rivers of America to do track work on the tracks, because they kind of get worn down after a while. It just happens every once in a while, just for like refurbishments and stuff. They probably actually backstage also kind of like cleaned the boat and stuff, but that's pretty much it, and they have refilled the rivers of America, so the magic is back, and it relives. Don't worry, it's fine. So, yeah, there's a bunch of news out this week. Up next, the Move It, Shake It, Play It parade is ending on December 1st, actually relatively soon, to make way for a new parade. There isn't many details on this new parade, but we do know that the Move It, Shake It, Play It parade, what a mouthful, is ending, and you will have until the 1st of December to go check it out. And then the new parade will be debuting in very early 2019. And also, some of the old citizens of Hollywood in the Streetmosphere Act at Hollywood Studios have been let go. They are no longer there, which made some people mad, because these specific people have been in the Streetmosphere Act for a while now. So letting them go was kind of sad for a few people. And now, on to some really interesting news, is that now the first Skyliner car, the Disney Skyliner service, has arrived in the Hollywood Studios station, which I think is very interesting, and I think that it'll be very cool. It's not even like that far down the line. It's probably like a year out, maybe less, that we see the Skyliner up and running. But they have the first Skyliner car out here already, probably so they can do testing. Not the whole line is done. Epcot Station is still being worked on, and the Grand Central Station at the Hourglass Lake is still being worked on. There's still a long way to go, but this one car still gives a hint at what could be in the future. Now, these cars probably won't have air conditioners due to weight restrictions, but they'll probably have air holes, like some holes in the windows for air to come in. I'm sorry. But yeah, the first Skyliner car has arrived, and we should be seeing some testing soon. And now on to the movies, where we have 3 movie news segments today. So on to the movies. And now on to the red carpets of Hollywood for our movie segment. So as of yesterday, September 17th, a new trailer for Mary Poppins Returns came out, and I really liked this trailer. I thought it was very interesting, and it featured Dick Van Dyke, which is an upside. Dick Van Dyke will be making an appearance in this movie. Don't know whether it's a cameo or whether it's a really good part in the movie, but we do know that Dick Van Dyke will be appearing in the movie, and it looks the movie looks very good from what I've seen in the trailers. Lin-Manuel Miranda seems to be doing a good job with his opposite Emily Blunt, who also seems to be having a very good Mary Poppins feel to her. I mean, she's no Julie Andrews, but I think she'll do for this movie, Mary Poppins Returns. It seems very, well, I don't know. It seems like a normal, a kind of a cliche story where some kind of loss happens and then someone comes back. I think that the kind of story that they're going with has been used over and over. But that's just my personal opinion. But the movie looks really good, and I cannot wait to see it down the line. I think it's December 18th for the release of Mary Poppins Returns. So it's not long till we get to see it, but we still have to wait until December to see it. But it looks like a very good movie. And as of the 14th of September, the Jungle Cruise movie has officially wrapped. So this movie is set to debut next year, I think in next September or October, but it still has a long way to go before release, but the movie has wrapped, and they are now in post-production, I assume. Usually after a movie has wrapped, they go into post-production, which is editing, music, that kind of stuff, putting the whole movie together. And so it's been very, I don't know what to say. It looks like a good movie from what I've seen. There's not much to see, but it looks like it takes place in the 1920s, and it should be a very good movie. Jungle skipper, Africa, some kind of doctor is looking for some healing tree. It might have some supernatural elements to it as well, with this whole healing tree plot that they might be going for. Now, there isn't a set plot in place, but I think that's the plot. I think there's a skipper, and a scientist comes and looks and is with a skipper, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, to find this healing tree. And they run into Germans and other poachers and a bunch of other stuff, and they run into wild animals. I'm hoping it's a very good movie. It looks like a good movie, and from the title, I hope it features a lot of boats and sailing, because, well, isn't that what we're all gonna see the movie for? Is the skippers or the skipper and the jokes. Hopefully, there'll be a lot of corny jokes in there in the movie, because, I mean, what's the Jungle Cruise without its really cheesy and corny jokes? I hope they'll put at least a few in the movie. And also, today, September 18th, the Disney Studios have also released a trailer for the new Marvel movie, Captain Marvel. Now, I assume after this movie is done, Captain Marvel, or after this movie has been released, I think it's maybe April, but they have released a trailer for this with some narration by Samuel L. Jackson, as I assume to be Nick Fury, and I think that down the line, this Captain Marvel character will be very important to the MCU. I'm not really familiar with the MCU, but from the looks of the trailer, I'm pretty sure that down the line, Captain Marvel will be a part of the MCU. So, yeah, that is the movies for this week. There will probably be more movie news next week. Hopefully there is. But tell me what you think about these movies in the comments. Tell me which one you're the most excited for, whether it's the Jungle Cruise, Captain Marvel, or Mary Poppins Returns, or it could be a different movie from Disney down the line. Tell me which one could be you're looking the most forward to seeing. And there's no questions this week. There's no question segment this week, and nobody seems to be doing the polls either. Tell me in the comments if you want to see the polls again, because I was literally the only one who voted, and I'm the creator of this channel. So, it's kind of a biased poll. But if you want to see the polls come back, tell me in the comments, and I'll hopefully put them back, because there's just not enough people to do these polls. I was hoping that we would get some very positive responses from the polls, but I guess not. So we won't be doing that unless you guys specifically ask for it to come back. I hope you do, because I think the poll segment was fun. But there's also no questions this week. Hopefully, if you guys down there in the comments could write some questions or any opinions, whether it be an opinion on the channel, I'm open to any criticism, or ask a question about the channel or Disney. I'm open to anything in the comments. So yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, share, do all that juicy stuff down below. And this has been the Disney Dude, and this has been the Weekly Disney. That's a wrap.